Hello, Henry. How we doing? Finished the Infernal Castellan on Beltor. Hey, Flopsy. How we doing? Doing okay. Just reaching the home stretch of my vampire countess. Oh yeah, I was saw that. It was looking good. Where's that miniature from, by the way? Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Sorry, I was gonna say something, but I got a fucking shooting pain in my tit for no reason. Ow. Hello, puppy. Apparently that's not tomorrow. Hello, Raven Kitty. I'm tired today. For some ungodly reason, I woke up at I think 3:45 and then couldn't get back to sleep, so I was, I think, up by like 5:45. Yeah, I mean, I usually get up at 5:45. Out of habit, but this was a bit earlier than that. Apparently. Apparently that's catching up with me. They must be upgrading the towers nearby or something, because I keep having internet problems lately. And they're not like massively like persistent, but they are frequent enough that it's becoming kind of annoying. But nothing I can do about it. So if things seem slow or whatever, just refresh. You feel like there's a delay, just refresh. Stream apps, just refresh. I'm not going anywhere. How are we all doing anyway? What projects do we have on the table? Any plans for the weekend, etc., etc.? Hello, Nubis. How do? Apparently we're just destined for bad internet day today. Not that it immediately matters, because we have a cat, so we're not doing hobby stuff, but let's see. Is there any way that I can fix this? Someone reset. Hello. So the antenna haven't reset, so it's not that. I presume it's just my provider shit in the bed. Fun. Alright, she gone. Alright, so I haven't opened this wet palette in a while, so this might turn out horribly. Maybe not. It doesn't look that bad. We are safe. Smart home stuff is expensive. What is smart home stuff? Well, you mean like toasters that connect to Wi-Fi or some shit? Stuff like lights I can control with my phone mostly. And why'd you want to do that? It ain't right. It ain't as God intended. Beef. 1700. Welcome into the stream. It's been a moment, I've forgotten what my spiel was. This way I can... This way I can pretty much put the entire house on a timer. Yeah, that feels like an additional point of failure. An additional point of failure to me. Like anytime I look at like a piece of tech, like a microwave or an oven or a fridge or whatever that requires Wi-Fi or has the ability to connect to Wi-Fi, I run in the opposite direction. Welcome to the coven. That's not bad. That's not bad. I could work around something with that. The red on that looks really good. Yep, it is literally just my favorite red in existence. My favorite red that I think pretty much any miniature paint company has ever done. It is Mephiston red. Best red. The white is gone. What do we mean? Yeah, people like to try and pretend that corn red is the best red, but Mephiston red clears. Doesn't get better than Mephiston. Alright, what do I gotta do here? Teeth. I still can't unsee the pencil. Well, get it out of your eyes. Yeah, I won't be able to commission it this coming month, but presuming I make the same amount of money as I did this month next month, and then I tuck that away, then I'll be able to commission the brain. The PNG tuber stuff. Procreal came out with heavy bodies in a tube. Why would you put your bodies in a tube when there's like, you know, probably a river within easy dumping distance? Or just build an incinerator. Am I gonna run the VTuber? Yeah, baby steps. It came about when I was thinking about branding. For the purpose of stickers. What I do with my bodies is none of your business. Did I get to the part where I said just build an incinerator? You should build an incinerator. It's incredibly easy. I will not elaborate. Actually, I will elaborate a little. Just, you know, get some fire bricks. Build an incinerator. We giving up on the face cam now? No, the face cam's gonna be... And we're having internet problems again. I'll answer you once those are no longer persistent. Somebody Google me who the CEO of E is, and then I will not make actionable threats against them. We need an actionable threats redeem. Claire Gillies? Or Claire Gillies? I'm gonna go with Gillies. Well, I hope she has a wonderful life.
Hey there, hi, I'm ready to
Live joyfully.
Hello, Haley Snaily. Or I guess Snello. But yeah, cause what's stream like currently? Is my voice coming through? Is video coming through? Is it just skipping frames? What's going on? Inform me. I can't. All I can see is just straight up dumping frames. Stuttery, you're stuttery. Alright, internet. Internet seems to have evened off for a minute, but yeah, you know, Hendy, classic man, never listens. Typical. I'm still gonna do the face cam, but you know, special occasions. Like your pony that you're painting? Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Yeah, I might make the face cam either when I feel like it, or we might make it like a stream goal thing. So we can do it with channel points or either follower goals or stuff. And make me do a stupid face cam stream occasionally. You know, like the upcoming nun stream whenever that happens. Will you have the model next week? Oh dear. Yeah, I think I'll do it after I've rebuilt my computer, which should be within the month of June. because that way I can do more. I can run more monitors from the new computer because I'll be able to slap in some spare graphics cards. Have any mixing pods? What do you mean mixing pods? None. Hexer and Twisty Cap era, the Hexbot era, they didn't have mixing pots, but they did have like basing materials. I don't know what you mean by mixing pots. They also had brushes in the old ones, but they came in like the hard plastic clamshells cases with the foam inlays. So that once you finished using all of the paints, you could use it to carry your models around. Yeah, I don't think they supplied empty pots. Like, why would they want to do that and take up space for paints? I don't think there was anyway. It is a kit that had ink pots. Well, yeah, because back then inks were washes, essentially. Well, they fulfilled the same function. Yeah, the most recent Mega Paint set is when they're just started introducing like texture paints and stuff like that. Hold on, I'm gonna draw. Yeah, so this is one of the drawers out of the most recent one when they started like introducing like texture paints and stuff. Not what you were asking, but this is like the first generation of like dry brush paints and texture paints and stuff. Yeah, these ones aren't good. I never used these. You can see that's like solid. It's like a solid lump of plastic. Alright, so a little bit of a tip for those of you out there who have transfers that aren't in the colors you want. You can literally just paint over the top of them. Don't want to freehand, have some transfers, but the transfers aren't quite what you want, quite the color you want, just paint over them. What's the name of our Twitch baby? I don't know. You're the one who likes coming up with the names. Although you don't do that recently. You don't do that a lot anymore. You used to be so thoughtful, Vulcan. Where is the love gone? Gwendolyn? Okay. Oh, hey, you reached, yeah, I think, because Terry's got a founder's badge, so you can never see it, but I think you're the, oh wait, no, never mind, 9 months. Jump the gun. You've nearly got the 1 year badge though. You're getting there. I got sleepy brain as well. Christ. 9 months since Twitch, baby? Yeah, I know. I realize that now, but my brain is doing things. I've told the store owner that using hexbots as paint handles is big. I'm not sure how many people even own the hexbots, to be real. No, it's all about bespoke turned wood handles. Painting handles in the Twitch scene, isn't it? To be honest, I should crack the lathe out and do some turning at some point. It's been a moment. An executive decision has been made. To do what, may I ask? The bean will be split between goulash and the chili con carne. It's a rather big bean, singular, to be splitting between two dishes, but cool. This concludes the framework. I believe that is known as death. I literally slammed a coffee before I started streaming. I do not know why I'm so. Well, I do know why I'm so tired. It's because I've been away for ages, but I shouldn't be. Not this quickly. but can I ask what red did you use as the dark red for the shadows on the cloth of your Bretonnian lord? For the recesses and dark bits of the cloth, I just used Incubi Darkness mixed with Mephiston Red. Not quite 1-to-1. I sort of I weight the ratios depending on vibes. So mix those two paints to your preference. More or less of one or the other. Did you base it that color or glaze the shadows in? I always base with the mid-tone, which is this Mephiston Red. And then I work the shadows into that. I just find it easier to work from a mid-tone instead of going in with the darkest color. And there was a wash too, not on the Pegasus Duke. Unlike these guys, I dump a unifying wash over the entirety of them because it's quicker that way. But with characters and stuff, I do it all manual. Yeah, working from a mid-tone is in one part just easier and is in two parts an airbrushing habit, because with an airbrush you usually want to start with the mid-tone and then put in the shadows and then do the light brightest colors manually rather than with the airbrush, because otherwise you get overspray into the shadows and you get sort of weird effects. But it's just like a personal process thing. I'm sure you could do it. I'm sure you could do it the other way. Yeah, if there's any color theory or painting theory behind that, I do not understand it. I work more with vibes. I'm like a decade and a half of learning by doing rather than learning by theory. So if there's a reason that it works, I could not tell you what that is. I can just tell you that it does. We don't do any of that book learning around here. I'm gonna keep yawning until all of you start falling asleep. Yeah, but I only use the method of starting with the mid-tone and then punching in the shadows when I'm doing characters. Otherwise, I just base coat wash and then layer and highlight. Yawning won't stop us. Won't stop you from what? Going to sleep? I mean, it's supposed to make you go to sleep, not stop you from going to sleep. So that you can slink off to bed? I was running tired, good week, up to many things. Sort of. Do you own your house, Vulcan? Speaking of houses, I'm getting a mortgage, if that's what you mean. Then you are well aware that when things start to go wrong in your house, especially older houses, and things start to fall apart, that you have to, do all the work to get shit fixed yourself and pay out of pocket to do so. Turns out the windows and windowsills on my second floor are kind of fucked, kind of old, kind of rotten. House upkeep is great fun. Yeah, these windows have managed to pretend they were fine for a while, and then very quickly decided they were not. I'm having to sort out the tile that's leaky in the bathroom. Everyone in the house with new windows and doors. Lucky you. No, so yeah, I've been had to spend a bunch of time fixing a bunch of windows with like car body filler and stuff, and resealing all of the sills and shit. Bear in mind this was on the second floor, so it involved me either being on a ladder or like in a harness hanging out of a window. So. Good fun. So I'm gonna have to get them replaced soon anyway, because that's, it's just a patch, really. You know what? This flirtily on the head is not gonna work. This brush doesn't have the point to do what I was thinking of doing, so we're just gonna paint over that. If I had a brush with a finer point, or if I was willing to spend more time on this, I might do it, but we're just gonna move on. Hey, physics. I was gonna say, how is my least favorite science doing? Just to be mean, but actually I kind of like all of the sciences equally. Biology's fun, chemistry's fun, physics is fun. Oh, I know, a little implosion every now and then spices things up. Although, having said the word implosions, I'm now thinking about the Byford dolphin, which I wish I wasn't. And do not Google that. Seriously, do not. I mean, very literally, do not Google that. I watched a documentary on that. Yeah, generally. Yeah, you do not want to see the results of explosive decompression, as demonstrated on a bunch of, I believe, Norwegian men. Grim stuff. So blobfish. If only. Norwegian and British. Yeah, if there's deep sea diving, if there's deep sea diving or oil rigging of any kind, you're always going to find a Norwegian there. I mean, that doesn't exactly narrow it down, Flopsy. Also, it is very funny increasingly how often our interest in like documentaries and podcasts for like disasters and engineering shenanigans intersect, Andy. Millennial High School was a blast for cartel videos that harm me to this day. Yeah. Early Facebook was like... Oh God, what was early Facebook? Early Facebook was like 30% ISIS beheadings, I'm gonna say, conservatively. Love to be 13 and just constantly seeing people like die. At least now it's all just AI. Probably somewhat like buries all of the fucking sea salmon and death. And I have an interest in engineering. Yeah. I just need noise. So I've probably consumed like a solid 60% of the internet as background noise. Telegram? Oh, right, Telegram. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's where all of the OSINT guys and like journalists hang out as well. Anyway, what are some things we are looking forward to in the hobby? I can... me and Ren have a friend who scrubs Telegram for STL scans for us. Indeed. Yeah, I can talk about it now because it's leaked pretty substantially. It's finally hit Reddit and stuff. But Cathay is coming out on the 27th of June is when it goes into pre-order, or at least that's when NDA drops. And it's out in early July. Yeah, I can finally talk about that because it's publicly leaking. It's also in the hands of influencers. They've done, some of them have got their Cathay. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I sort of vaguely gestured to it a few weeks ago, but now that it's, you know, out there, I don't feel like I'm gonna get a fucking hit squad put on me. For saying it out loud, but if you want to buy any Cathay, end of June. Do not ask me how I know any of the things that I know. Never. Oh, and the damned FAQ errata is finally dropping. I don't know when that is, but I do know that that is soonish. Yeah, like 1.5, the points rebalance and infantry buff and all that. Bring on Brickhammer. See, the thing is, Hendy, I'm not sure that it is going to be Brickhammer. Like, Death Stars is still going to be a thing, but like points-wise, infantry is so much more expensive in Old World that I don't think it's ever going to quite reach the heights. Just before a with Cathay thing? Really? You can choose to answer me or not, Warmasters, if you know or not, but do you know if it's going to be a physical book or a PDF? I'm not talking about 8th edition bull. Watch it. This is an 8th edition house. Ye best watch your tongue. The second is my inclination. Yeah, I'm looking forward to dwarves. Although dwarves are pretty good for like an infantry heavy army. They have enough runes and banners that they kind of like the unkillable dwarf lord and a brick of hammers is like premium points denial. So if dwarven infantry gets better, then like so long as we got one rank of spawning attack. Yeah. I don't need infantry to be like... I don't need infantry to be like super good. I just need line hammer to not be a thing, and I need infantry to be like a decent anvil, right? I want my infantry to be able to like tarp it for longer than 30 seconds before exploding. I want it to be able to like pin things in place. without being like a unit of like, 90 goblins or whatever. Although obviously that is not a combat thing, but, 100 skeletons, yeah. I feel like Harry just keep to get following up the fullback in good order and keep using lances. Yeah. The funny thing is, you say that, Flopsy, but like Jade Lancers specifically have a rule that they can follow up and count as charging on give ground as well. So I'm not sure that that's going to be it's not going to be a thing. I'm pretty sure that was specifically a rule for the Jade Lancers for Cathay, was that they counted as having charged when following up on give ground. So if anything, Cathay is going to be worse for that. Oh, and they attack in 2 ranks with their specialized cavalry spears. Ren spell in the rules. I'm pretty sure that was in the Cathay preview, right? That was in the, what was it, Nova preview? Pretty sure. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it's only give ground that you don't count as having charged, I believe. Pretty sure fullback in good order you do, right? Counts charge Henry? Yeah, that's why specifically I think Jade Lance has got it with give ground. It's why losing combat to Bretts is obnoxious, because you fall back in good order, you are getting like constantly just like hit. Fucking golf clap. It's a shame that the Jade Lancers are probably my least favorite of the models previewed. I just think the horse armor, I think the horse armor is a bit of a miss. Should have been like cataphracty, like lamella, instead of the weird plates. First charge shouldn't be. Listen, I'm not here to litigate that. Whatever happens, happens. Well, now hold on. That's like 60% of Bretonnia's rules. Just wait the first and charge with warhounds or whatever. Cheap chaff, it's fine. You looking forward to Cathay War Master? I don't really care about first charge, to be honest. If I get it, it's nice, but if I don't get it, it's never really, like, it's not a problem, really. It's a nice ad, but you never really want a single unit of knights going into anything anyway, so... So welcome back, Ren. I didn't go anywhere. Not really. No, we are just having internet hiccups today, so if something happens to the stream, just refresh. Just refresh. Yeah, I think the old world really missed a step not making unit strength more granular, right? So, Nehikaran Phalanx is one of the rules that I think was really cool with Unbreakable, in that if you're of a certain unit strength, you can't be forced to give ground. Like I thought that was like genuinely inspired, and I think in other cases unit strength should be like much more impactful on charges and stuff like that. It's like they've tried to be super complicated and also super streamlined in the weirdest of places with the old world. Like they've tried to make it like crunchy, but also they've just sort of hand waved it in places where it should have been more granular, and complicated in places where it should have been more streamlined. But that said, I do still think the old world is very good bones of a system. You know, I can see the vision. So depending on what this errata looks like, sort of like will set my levels of sort of sets my level of hope for the future, depending on how this upcoming errata goes. Because the bones are good, and if they follow the intention and like make good changes with this upcoming errata, then I have very, very positive feelings about the future. If the changes turn out to be kind of ass, then I'm worried. I think my consolation surprise is, so long as it encourages people to take more infantry, then I will accept that, because, you know, ranked infantry games are the best looking games, right? Big blocks of pretty models, like ranked up together, is when wargaming is at its best. For me, anyway. Yeah, Graveguard are pretty tasty. I'll take Graveguard over Blind Knights. Yeah, but you just like infantry. So would I, but yeah, I've got a couple of like infantry Bretonnia lists set up, and it'll be interesting to see how they're affected. If men at arms get like better with the new rule set, I'm gonna laugh, because they're already one of the like better infantry picks. Men-at-Arms and Yeoman Guard. If they get better with the new rules, it's going to be very, very funny. It's very much going to be a case of Bretonnia stay winning. Sure, Pegasus Knights maybe lose 360 range of vision and cost a few more points, but also your peasants are now 15% better. Despite already being one of the better better infantry units in the game. Skirmishes in general just feel like a huge mess. Yeah, especially compared to like 8th edition, skirmishes are just dumb. I think Raven was right when he said that 8th edition is like the crab of the Warhammer fantasy, and that everything else is just gonna slowly errata its way back into 8th edition, because a lot of this stuff was solved then. And they tried to reinvent the wheel on a lot of stuff in sort of this weird knee-jerk overcorrection to like community perceptions of the edition, and fucked it in the other direction. Swift Stride, did heavy cavalry used to have Swift Stride? I don't believe it. You know what? We're gonna go to the tomes. I know I'm looking in the only army that doesn't really have cavalry. Large target, Terra. Oh, is Swift Stride marked in the unit type in the Big Red Book? Is it? It's probably not demarcated on the units, is it? It'll be nested in the unit type in the core book, won't it? Oh no, it's here. So Yetis get Swift Stride. Pretty much just Yetis in the Ogre book. And Mournfangs don't have Swift Stride. Man-Eaters get it as an upgrade option, but they don't have it natively. Wow, Saber Tusks don't even have Saber tusks don't even get it. Okay, let's have a look at Dark Elves. Cold ones should be sort of elucidating in this regard. Cold ones do not have Swift Stride. Do the light chariots have it? Okay, Dark Riders have Fast Cavalry, which I believe Fast Cavalry has Swift Stride nested into it. Yeah, so in 8th edition, Fast Cavalry had Swift Stride and select monsters, but Heavy Cavalry did not, as far as I'm seeing. Let's have a look at vampire counts. Gyrocopters had Swift Stride? Of course they did. Okay, so Fly, I believe, has Swift Stride wrapped into it as well, just like Fast Cavalry, if my memory serves me. Oh yes. John Blanchard.
What is this? Initially, according to a person familiar with the call.
Yeah, so Fast Cavalry and select monsters. Yeah, so once again, something that was solved in 8th edition that was then fucked in the old world because they overcomplicated something that should have just been continued. I think they took the communities like kind of stupid knee-jerk reactions to 8th edition way too personally and changed things that were solved in a lot of places. Like stuff that 8th edition fixed from previous editions, they fucked, and that annoys me. Now back to painting. Somebody who's very new to it all, I do get the feeling it's a lot of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah, like 8th had its issues, and I'm not going to argue that. Like, save or suck spells, like vortexes, Death Stars. It did have its fair share of issues, but like a lot of the like condensation of like Swiss Stride and troop types and all those nested rules was solved, right? They were as good as they were going to get. Oh, cannons as well, that was a problem. You could never take like dragons, and you always had to have 3 saves on a character so that it wouldn't get it like immediately obliterated. It had to be in a unit to make use of like lookout zero rolls, otherwise it would just get like fucking atomized by a couple cannon shots. Yeah, vortexes aren't an issue in the old world. There's a single vortex that's kind of an issue, and the rest are like meh. It's only really Pillar of Fire. Nothing like bouncing a cannon shot sniper character. Yeah. And it feels like the upcoming errata, a lot of the upcoming errata for like 1.5 or whatever you want to call it, the overhaul is just going to be like making things more like 8th. Which is just like, well, then why'd you fucking change them? But yeah, again, I do enjoy the bones of the old world. I just think they need to accept that 8th fixed a lot of things and to add those back in, and then to tinker around the edges with the fun stuff like command phase, and the interesting new like spells, like conveyance spells of fun. A fun idea. Tinker with Armies of Infamy, because that's a really good like pullback from sort of like Sickfish style fantasy. Yeah, some kind of command phase would be nice. They added one, and then give you fucking nothing to do in it. Tomb Kings get a rise. Cool. Bretonnians get to toot the horn. Cool. You've got a new phase, guys. What does it do? Basically fucking nothing. Hope you like it. Like I said, You rally your troops in that phase. You did that at the beginning of the movement phase in the previous editions anyway. So, like... it's basically in the same place as it previously was, so it might as well not be called the like... Come on, phase. Beep beep. Come on. Let me hide these brushes so you don't roll all over them. I feel like I'm complaining a lot about the old world, but I do like it. It's just as someone who played 8th edition, seeing them like throw out a ton of the stuff that 8th edition solved, and then it's been leaked that with the upcoming errata that they're going to add in a bunch of stuff that they took out that 8th did, and it's just like, this is what happens when you listen to people who's like who insist that 6th edition is the best instead of thinking every edition has its merits and to pick and choose the best things that each edition gives you. So what happens when you listen to the fucking grogs? I started with 6 myself, so did I. I started at the end of 6th edition and then played 7th edition as my main edition until 8th came out. I don't know why they didn't keep 8th edition charging that shit. Something, yeah, charging in the old world is dumb. Like why would you make it like that? I mean, it's not that complicated, but it's more complicated than it should be, which is sort of the moral of the story with a lot of the old world. Is stuff no time? Indeed. You know, there are rumors that she doesn't stop purring. Ever. And those rumors would be mostly true. Hey, Terry. Oh, Hiram? Do I know how to try getting the kid or something? I mean, you should. Novellas come for painting. Meh, I'm used to it these days. Have there been any confirmed leaks about this supposed 1.5 thing? Or is it all just rumors? It is credible rumors from a source that I trust, and also Games Workshop nuked a couple of playtesting teams who leaked this, I want to say 6 months ago, but it didn't really make the rounds, apart from being confirmed by someone I trust. But this rumor has a body count in terms of people's jobs. Yeah, the old world's getting like a 1.5 edition, sort of. It's getting a sort of holistic errata after being out in the wild for like 18... Oh, not nuking playtesting. A lot of playtesting groups got fired for it. Or pods, or whatever they call them. Yeah, G-Dubs has been super on the rumor stuff. They've been like providing like different groups with like slightly different altered documents to try and track leaks. They've been going kind of nutty mode on it. Not that I blame them, really. I mean, it is their, their bread and butter. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. But yeah, handy charging was way like way less thinking in in 8th edition, like it was, you just did it. Yeah, because what was it? It was 2d6 plus movement for charge, and Swift Stride was 3d6, drop the lowest, plus movement. And it was as simple as that. Stepped away. What did I miss where this came up? Oh, Flopsy was asking if the upcoming holistic errata was confirmed in any way, and I said yes, because we know for a fact that like several of the well, maybe not several, but a couple of the playtesting teams that leaked this were nuked. Yeah, because this upcoming errata was leaked like half a year ago at this point. But it didn't really make the rounds because Games Workshop came down really hard on the leakers. So it seems to only now be like getting wings. What was that noise? What noise? Merp? Oh, that was Nova announcing that she was leaving. Pay no attention to the cat behind the camera. Oh, I guess she doesn't talk a lot, does she, when she's here? No, she's a very, very chatty cat. She doesn't really talk on camera. But off camera, she's very, very talkative. All right, looks like she's not coming back. Let us get back to painting. Time to go touch grass. Let her all have a wonderful day. Alright, see you, physics. Oh, you can't hear me because I'm not broadcasting, apparently. Are the horses looking nice? Well, if you ever hear my reply, thank you. Fucking internet. Yes we can. Oh, hello. We've been having internet problems today. I feel like we have them more and more lately. For the internet problems, we had a while of like uninterrupted, decent internet, but recently, for whatever reason, it's been sort of shit in the bed. Mine's been really acting up. I wonder if my router is dying or something. Well, I know it's not my router because my phone is on the same network as my internet is, because it's data. So I know for a fact that it is E rather than my hub in specific. My second-hand dwarves to make them super cool. Just plain old warriors or hammerers or... plain old warriors, newest plastic kit, not the old variant. Fair enough. About to zoom in. Meant sending this earlier when we were talking about the bifid dolphin. Oh dear. Hello. Could someone type refresh in the chat? Because I presume you're gonna have to refresh. Yeah. I imagine some of you will have to refresh, but we are back. Christ. One of those days. You know, once upon a time this would have bummed me out. Yeah, I've heard about your Greg's order. There was one time. Well, kind of one time. didn't finish the metallics on this, I don't think. Alright, let's do that now. But you reminded me I left my coffee downstairs? Well, don't do that. Go and drink it. Gross. Don't pour it on the stairs, please. Don't tell Terry what to do. She can pour it on the stairs if she wants. Tempted fate? What do you mean tempted fate? You were saying it was working and alright, and then the guys decided otherwise? Nah, whatever. I'm gonna do something now. I'm gonna mess around with the chat just a little bit on screen because I wanna show off this sub badge because it's cute. Look at those cute little sub badges. Look at them. Look at the little guys. He's nearly in it. He's nearly a frog. He's nearly an adult frog. They are cute. Yeah, they are cute. It's a shame that people with founders badges don't display sub emotes. They're very cute. I like my emotes and my sub badges. Lol. Oh, fucking disconnecting again. Lol. I'm trying very hard not to make actionable threats against many and varied CEOs right now. Yeah, you would have the full frog currently. The full frog right now. Yeah. In that pocket sound activated? Hmm. Hmm. I named my Blood Bowl team after King of the Hill characters. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Alright. Since I've got this metallic on my palette, Let me just pull up some. Oh, the next model's avatars of war releasing a razor goes. Let me just pull up some reference. Questing 9. Questing 9 command. Alright. Do you want to shoot an image of the razor gauze in Discord or something? So I can get a look at these pigs. Are you gonna do a hog apocalypse list at any point, Handy? You feeling that? Alright, let's just adjust this. Hog apocalypse? Too much? I'm going to say it's not too much, but I'm going to say it unconvincingly so that you second guess yourself for the next 2 weeks. I've already forgotten about it. Oh, to have that gift. I wonder if I should leave the iron drapes without shoulder pads. Any particular reason? You're just not feeling the shoulder pads, or you want to use them somewhere else? Oh. Well, if you prefer them without, then do them without. They are your models. Alright, what color do I want to do this bedroll? And maybe a desaturated green. I like a desaturated green. Just like I like my grenades green. As they should be. Grenades are cool? Yeah, especially green grenades. Actually having thrown one IRL, same. Well, does it count if the grenade is a blank? With like, you know, just a bang in it and not actual, you know, boom. Isn't that just a flashbang? No, flashbang does different things. Flashbang does two things. Flashbang? Really? You don't say. I had no idea. This fucking guy. Just show up and pay the bedroll purple. Green or what colors? Yeah, green. The book's purple. I'm not gonna double up on purple. How's the painting going? It goes. It goes. We just, we're doing a horse. But doesn't everyone want Space Marine stuff? Hey, June! Holy fire them. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the raids. For those of you coming in, my name is Ren. I paint Warhammer, mostly the old world, currently Bretonnia, soon to be Cathay. Leah's working on a horse. Nice, simple horse. What were we doing on the stream? Oh, you were doing busts, because I was lurking with you, so I know that. And now I'm watching myself. Let's close me. Hello. That's called autovoyeurism, perhaps. Mayhaps. I did briefly consider just throwing some sunglasses on you while you streamed, but I figured I will save my stream points for a more appropriate occasion. Sorry, we're kind of low energy today. The moment I started streaming, I started getting sleepy. Alright, Red and Ron, gotta take care of the pups and get some nuns. Not a problem, June. You have a wonderful evening. And thank you for the raid. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Hello, Hobby ADHD. My familiar old tried and tested friend. Oh, how I know you. For anyone who has come in with Juno Bennett, you want to see the body of my work, you can use the command !Insta, and that will take you to a gallery of my work, because we are kind of in the ugly stage of this miniature, so there's nothing much to show up. Just came in with the raid and discovering your Twitch. Yeah, I know that. The joke is about how I have ADHD. So much ADHD. I need some new red from the pot. Riddled with ADHD. I wasn't too sure if it was a diagnosis joke or if you knew me already. Well, obviously, I went through the spiel. I know you intimately. You're a longtime friend. We've been together since birth, you know. Jealous of the patience and the fine lines. The patience comes from hyperfixation and overstimulation. Have I ever explained to you the various contraptions that that keep me focused? Bennett, I have a tablet going with like many hours of content on it. I have the music in the background that I can hear. I'm painting and I'm reading chat and talking at the same time. And occasionally I will watch two different things. One on my tablet, one on my phone. Yeah, this is how brains stay focused. Hey, Mannerings, how do? Yeah, hobbying unmedicated with ADHD because this country does not believe in medicating you if you have ADHD unless you have like $8,000 to spare. Watching two bloody things at once, no time to paint there. Yeah. Sorry, where do you come from? From the United Kingdom. Oh, you went to UK Games Expo. Brennan's from... No, I'm not. Tari, can you time Demon's Lair out for 15 minutes? Ren is from Ireland? Partially. See, you tried to get me mad by... You tried to get me mad by mixing up the Celtic nations, but you forget my dad is Irish. Saw tomorrow for us models that aren't pressed, but we proto traveled to Bremen ahead. Yeah, I also it's very funny because every time I do a hand cam thing, Holy Fire them, I purposely can't show like my shelf because I've just been using the box you sent me of storage that's got both of our addresses on it. So it was a good excuse not to show anyone my pile of shame because I'm using those boxes for storage. I might end a little early tonight. I'm quite sleepy. Oh, did you not have a bunko tonight? Holy fire them. I saw a possible bunko in the stream title, but I was lurking. Is that good enough? Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Stream setup is not currently set up while she revamps her space. Yeah, I need to tear mine down and revamp mine as well, but that would mean not streaming for a while. And I've just done that because of stuff. So I'm not going to do that immediately. Do I want to slam Wraithbone on? Oh. Where that Wraithbone at? There it is. I note how my rebellious mod did not time Demon's Lair out. I will remember this. You asked me if I could, and I said, yes, I could. Extracting a technicality from my politeness. The ignominy? You are the second person to brought up Monument. What did Monument do? They released paints of some kind. I know Demon's Lair brought it up earlier, I think. New tube paints? Well, let's hope the caps don't clog. Or fall off. Never used heavy body paint. What's the difference between that and a normal one? One's radioactive. Oh, this palette so full of cat hair. God damn it, Nova. Which means there's a shelf life on the packaging. Sorry, Flopsy, that was barely a joke in relation to heavy water being a thing. Don't take me seriously. mean, for lack of like a better description, heavy body paint is it's like the kind of, how to say it, it's like super like pigmented, like viscous. Is good for like really like sharp, like sharp colors. Like in college, what it was used for a lot was a quick and cheap way to test out like screen prints, because it would go onto fabric like super like high highly pigmented and like really sharp without like having to do like multiple passes and stuff, just for like testing out like colors and prints and stuff. That makes sense. My husband additional film packaging. It brings in line with packaging standards that artists use to indicate diversity, cloth-fastness, translucency, pigments. But honestly, I'm not really much of a fine artist beyond like watercolor and gouache, so acrylic has never really been my thing outside of miniature painting, and neither of those are particularly like heavily pigmented. I don't generally do fine art anymore. Most likely I have time for miniatures now, which I enjoy the most. Yeah. Miniatures are like a double whammy for me because I get to play games with them after I've painted them. So I sort of double up on the hobbies, you know. I get to do something art adjacent, and I get to play games. Yeah, I think I'm going to end half an hour early tonight because I'm spent. I'm gonna I'm going to call it in 10 minutes-ish. And try not to wake up so early tomorrow. But, you know, the brain is going to do what the brain is going to do. Waking up in bed is comfy is so annoying. Did not want to get out this morning. I woke up at like, what was it, 3:45? Just, you know, out of nowhere. Awake. Tried to stay in bed and go back to sleep. Did not work. So now I am just sleepy. And that feels like a silly time to wake up. It is, isn't it? Oh, Tari, I know you weren't sold on Cathay. But they are going into pre-order soon, in like a month. Are you gonna get anything to paint? Or do I have a better chance of nagging you to paint something Bretonnian? Yeah. Yeah. My painting to-do list is as long as my arm at the moment. Fair. Well, I'm not gonna nag you about it. Hopefully great swords won't suck when they do that errata. Assuming that the rumored infantry fighting in an additional rank happens, that does increase halberd and great weapon stocks considerably. So it means that great swords will be maybe not great, but they'll be better. But then tutorage and guard will still be better than great swords probably. Yeah, I've always had like a massive soft spot for historical China and historical China inspired things. So, you know, Cathay was, unfortunately for the moment, it announced for Total War, just sort of laser focused into my brain. Like the Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings Marvel movie. That was a disappointment. I mean, sure, it kind of gently touched on some stuff I enjoyed, but nah. Are you talking about Great Swords Handy? Because they were pretty like averagely decent in 8th edition. I mean, sure, state troops with halberds were better. But great swords were not awful. They just weren't optimal when you could spam out a massive block of state troopers with halberds. And then buff them to the high heavens with Laura Beasts or what have you. Lore of Light, etc., etc. Imagine being elite infantry and being worse than regular dudes. Not worse, just, you know how games are. It comes down to like a points efficiency and rules thing. Like, model to model, they are better. I mean, honestly, anything with a great weapon in 8th edition was decent. Anything with a great weapon, because of step up, you were sort of always guaranteed to get some walloping done. I mean, that's... I guess for the old world that might make sense, but... They gave the Tudor Guard the special wolf hammers or whatever they are. Or was that Order of the White Wolf? Knights. I forget. The scary horses scared me away from the Tomb King big box. Then you are weak. Weak, you hear me? For they are the most beautiful models that Games Workshop have ever set to table. You're telling me you don't like a 30-year-old horse? For shame. For shame. Alright, let's find something to write. Because I'm EP. EP. EP, 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 EP. No, 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 no. Alright, who is... You like rating yourself? I don't know, you can rate yourself, can you? Can't do that. No. No. God, I'm not sure I can be bothered to rate anyone. I'm too tired, but it feels wrong. Not to pass the raids along, you know. Let's go see Jimmy. Jimmy will understand if I raid and run. Alright, say hello, follow Jimmy. Jimmy is good people. Aside from that, I will see you tomorrow and this weekend, and we should be back on a normal schedule from now on, providing, you know, normal life happens. Alright, I'll see you around. night.